Put some music to it or something.
Jeopardy music or...
That was like trying to do the senior video for the other night. It was like kind of creepy because there was just like lulls in it. Like when I had the picture, so that's why I had to go in and I was like, I don't know what song to put. So Riley and I went and like we're going through like this like little like clips of sound on iMovie, and I could not for the life of me find one that sounded good. So I was like, we're just gonna clip Eye of the Tiger in pieces and put it in there.
Yeah. I didn't even realize.
I was like, hey, it was recently on the approved list, so I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pointing at the sky.
That's what she was doing when she was
I was
stretching.
like stretching.
She's like.
That was your favorite movie.
My favorite. My go-to.
All right, issues and problems with regression. We have subsets and curves. There are dangers of extrapolation. And extrapolation was what?
Data outside the set.
Yes.
Yep.
Did any of y'all see my dad's shirt at the chili cook-off?
I don't recall.
I don't. It's not ringing any bells.
It says, there are two types of people in this world. One, those who can extrapolate from incomplete data.
Yeah. Okay. So I get it.
Wait. You said there's two types. But you just said one. Wait. Can you repeat it? Can you repeat it?
One, those who can extrapolate from incomplete data.
Josh, do you get it?
Is the other one like the ones who are in the data?
Yes.
Oh, I figured, but I was like, what?
So it was funny because you could walk by and see the people that like understood his shirt and the people that didn't. People were like, you're missing number 2. And he was like, you are number 2.
Peyton is number 2.
All right, the next one, possible effects of outliers. High leverage and influential points. So those things that I just mentioned, the high leverage and influential points, we're going to be basically looking at graphs and looking at a point on a graph and determining, does this have high leverage, like low leverage, is it influential or not influential, and stuff like that. So that's what all those graphs are going to be. There's going to be like, I think it's like 6 to 9 of them or something, but that's going to be like the very end of the notes. So problems with regression. Of summary data. And mistakes of inferring causation. So then residuals, which obviously we've been working with in the last couple of sections. To determine whether a linear model is appropriate, we examine the residual plot. So remember, that's the one that has all the dots on it, and we don't want to see any kind of like particular pattern. We don't want anything that we need to like note, kind of thing. It is a good idea to look at both a histogram of the residuals and a scatter plot of the residuals versus the predicted values.
You forgot like a whole.
Oh, I just remembered. We're almost to the point of getting to watch a movie in physics.
When do we get to watch a movie?
After the test.
That big is
When
It's
is it-
not.
when is that?
tomorrow.
Oh.
It's a pop test.
Did you guys
Wanted to see who was paying attention.
It was a pop quiz.
It was like, yeah, but I don't think we did good on it. Yeah.
I let them have their book and notes though, which I was gonna let them have on the pop quiz regardless, because
I'm still glad you made it home.
I was gonna basically freak them out with a pop quiz, and then after like 5 minutes of them freaking out, be like, "All right, get out your book and notes." But
Still
That's okay.
all right, if the histogram of the residuals has multiple modes that may indicate that there are subgroups within the set of data if a linear model is appropriate, the histogram should look approximately normal and the scatter plot of residuals should show scatter.
Wait, random question. Is it just varsity practicing today? Since middle school doesn't have a tournament game?
Well, they play tomorrow though at Hampton
Oh.
Christian, so they are they should be practicing today.
Okay. Oh, I wouldn't have
But starting next week, it'll just be us. We'll still be till 5:30 next week, and then we'll probably drop to 5 after that, so that basketball can, since there's obviously multiple basketball teams that need to have the gym too.
Yeah.
Like, they've been told that we have priority, but also their season is starting, so I also want to, when it's only us in the gym, it's not that bad, because
Yeah.
there's not like distractions. We can get a lot done in an hour and a half.
Mhm.
But Tuesday's going to be not this coming Tuesday. The following Tuesday will be like a fun practice. It's going to be a Harvest Fest practice.
Harvest best practice.
Can I come and participate? I just want to watch that practice.
I don't care.
This seems fun.
Yeah.
Because, no sinful things.
Obviously.
No.
We'll do a hayride in the gym.
What?
Just around the gym.
Not a hayride in the gym. Silly goose.
All right, so basically, I'm going to show you a histogram of the residuals as well as a scatter plot of the residuals. Just like what it would look like. Right, and just so you know, in the scatter plot, there are dashes and X's for a reason, so don't, like, just think, oh, she just wanted us to see the dots. They mean something. The X's are higher than linear model predicts.
We started and stopped the dots at the exact same time, and that was kind of scary.
We did? I didn't even notice that. Are higher than...
And then the little dashes are lower than the linear model predicts. I was like, somebody's making sure their dots are really good.
Mine look more like... Mine aren't really circles.
Some of mine aren't either. They kind of have little tails on them.
Yeah, mine have tails.
The good news is that's 1 page of notes.
Okay, then I fill up a whole
It's one page of my notes. So,
Really?
yeah, basically.
I mean, mine is most of my page. Oh, my page.
Not all of us are small writers.
I'm not even a small writer. I write big letters. These are big letters.
Not all of us are normal writers.
Yes, Josh, we know you're not.
Dang.
Got him.
Bottom there. Wow,
I
Josh.
need
If
that
it makes you feel any
food.
if it makes you feel any better, I'm also not normal.
I know.
Maybe it's just a Josh.
I think I'm the most normal one here.
That's a lie.
What do you mean?
Out of y'all. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm the most normal out of these three. I mean, these two. It's three of us.
At least I'm not going as Deb for Halloween.
Okay. Hey.
Be
Hey.
nice.
Be nice.
Sorry, that was too far. I'm sorry.
That was really too far
That was
for
too
my
far.
dignity.
All the insults.
I'm just gonna.
And Nathan's not even here.
I'm just gonna like.
At
randomly
least
so
they're
now
not
they gotta
looking at
insult
him
me.
You know
anymore.
what? I'm just gonna randomly text him and be
He's
like,
not here to
"Hey,
insult me, so they're insulting you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should be like, hey, what costume are you doing?
that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, then you're talking
He'll
about
tell
it.
me, and I'll be like, oh, like, I think I thought Peyton was going as Darth Vader.
Darth.
Darth Vader. I think it'd be really cool if you went as Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker.
I still don't like that much. That's weird.
Do you want to be Deb?
No.
Then you'll work with it.
Okay.
Can always be a deer in headlights.
I think that's inappropriate.
That like of course.
No! One of you, like, literally needs a giant headlight.
Okay, as long as the headlights aren't that normal.
Like I think that's funny. That's the like only.
Or get,
costume.
like a hunter and a deer with, like, a arrow through its head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Josh can third wheel and be the headlights. Peyton is dying. Hey, I was kidding about the play sick on Saturday thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was a joke.
If we see a curved relationship in the residual plot, the linear model is not appropriate.
So basically, if it just looks curved, that's what it's initially.
Basically, yeah. But it can also look curved depending on the scale you're using. Because like if you change your window and you like spread it out or something, it might not look as curved. So,
Right.
but typically, if you can see a curve, it's probably gonna be curved. They don't try to make them like super crazy. Yeah, it did.
Sorry.
Josh.
Golly.
Okay. Histograms and other graphs
Going through a crisis right now.
of residuals can reveal subsets, quote unquote, of data that will enhance our understanding of the original data it may lead us to analyzing the subsets separately.
I never understand the notes. I just understand what we do with the info. Like, words don't help me. Like, I need to see how things are done to understand it.
Yeah. So I try to do both because there are some people that can understand it more by the notes than. Because, like, if I just said, all right, we're just going to do examples,
That.
you probably are going to
I
be
would-
confused.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
I would
understand
be
better with the examples, but like I would need both.
Yeah. When it's like if I go back and look at like my like stuff from high school, like because I have all my math notebooks from high
Yeah.
school. If I go back and look, like we didn't take notes. We literally only did examples. So like I can't even figure out what I did in half of it. Like unless I like know like because I don't even have like instructions written down. So I have like whatever the problem statement was and then I just have something solved out, but I don't have what I was solving for or anything. Yeah. Because, like, when I was taking, because I took Calc 2 in high school, and so when I was taking Calc 2 in college, I was like,
2 here?
yeah. We took it as dual enrollment. So it was like the first semester was Calc 1, and then second semester was Calc 2. But I had to retake Calc 2 when I went to college for a couple of reasons. One, it had been 2 years since I took it, and that's just a really long time to be out of it. And then 2, because in like at most universities, you actually cover more in each semester of calculus than you would in high school. So like we had covered, let's say our textbook had 10 chapters or something. We only covered the 10, but let's say like at the university they had like 12. They had 2 more chapters than what we covered. Like they covered 7 chapters in part 1 and we only covered 5. So it was like I was like a little bit behind and there were going to be things that I was missing
Yeah.
because of it. So they were basically like, we always tell people to step back one of what they've already taken. They really were like, you should really start back at Calc 1. And I was like, I just don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
Like, I really had no intention of, like, teaching calculus, if I'm being honest. So, like, if I'd known that I was going to be teaching it, I might have gone back and taken it again, just more for, like, a refresher. But realistically, Calc 2 did nothing to help me, and it kind of just made me miserable, because Calc 3 is more like Calc 1. Like,
Yeah.
it's like advanced Calc 1, kind of. So I thought Calc 3 was way easier than Calc 2.
Right.
And anyways, but I would try to go back and look at my stuff from Calc 2 from high school, and I, like, could not put the pieces together. And I was like, I have no idea what I did here. So, like, I'm still just as confused, because my professor in college wasn't that great, so he would, like, work a problem and then, like, get all the way done and realize he did something wrong and have to, like, go back and start over. And, like, I'm not going to say I never do that, but, like, this was, like, a daily occurrence in there.
So you get like nothing done.
Yeah, basically. So, I did okay, but it probably hurt me more than it helped me, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, so you were talking about seeing a curved relationship. Well, sometimes there are hard to see curves. So, we're going to look at what that looks like for a minute. So, sometimes the scatter plot looks quote unquote straight enough, which is what we've typically been looking for, right? But a non-linear relationship only comes to light after you look at the residual plot. So, scatter plot, residual plot. So basically, we might have something like that for our scatter plot, but then my residual plot actually looks like this. And so something about this is that this type, whoa, not that big, I cannot write that big. This type of residual plot shows the residuals versus the explanatory variable. Note the scale of the horizontal axis is exactly the same as that of the original scatter plot. X and Y. When using a model to predict values of the response variable two types of predictions can be made, and those are interpolation or extrapolation. So we're a little ahead of the game getting those in the last chapter because it's mainly emphasized in this one. But interpolation, just kind of as a refresher, is making predictions within the given domain of X values, or just in general it's within, but in this specific context it's within the domain of the X values. And then extrapolation is making predictions outside the given domain of X values. So then a few things about these topics. Only interpolation is reliable extrapolation is unreliable. And that's not just because it's, outside, but it's because outside things can change really fast.
Okay.
So, we were looking at, what example was that the other day? Was it the flights, the distance in the flights? Was that when we were looking at extrapolation and
airfare?
stuff? Yeah,
Yes.
the airfare.
Is
So,
that the question?
yeah,
Is reliable?
because it was outside, but we don't know because sometimes when the distance changes that drastically,
Mhm.
they can change, the cost of the flight from that example.
Yeah.
So then a few things about extrapolation here that we're going to note. The farther our x value is from the mean of x, the less we trust our predicted value. Once we venture into new X territory, our predicted value is an extrapolation.
Follow up with it. Yeah.
Our extrapolation is not reliable because we are operating under the assumption that the relationship. How far can I go up, Josh?
You can go up a bit. Yeah.
Right there? Okay. The assumption that the relationship between X and Y has changed. Even for these extreme values of X. And so the last thing under this, and that we're going to do today, gonna write in a different color to emphasize, don't extrapolate into the future.
Oh, like don't estimate
Like
what?
basically, like if we have data for this year, don't assume that in 10 years it's going to be the same thing,
Okay.
kind of thing. Like that would be extrapolating into the future.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. So don't do that. All right. We have one more note thing before we're done with the third page, but it's not a whole lot. So we probably will finish tomorrow, assuming the iPad isn't glitchy before the class starts. But anyways, that's that.